Guys, and welcome to day 4 of 0 to 2 million in 7 days with zero trading.
Hey you! Would you like some cheap and reliable coins? Well, don't worry, because I've got you a place. Make sure to head over to FIFA Coin Zone hotswazland.com and use discount code FLAIR for 2% off. Or, what you could do, which is a little bit more reasonable, is use your Amazon Prime or $4.99 subscription over on my Twitch channel. Now you may ask, why would you want to do that? That's a pretty good question. I've got you sorted. Basically, you get a daily trading guide. And what if I've got some questions? Twitter DM, Twitch DM, email, business email, you name it. Thanks for watching, and make sure to enjoy the video.
So, what we'll do is we'll give you a little update of how stuff is looking. Sold on loads and loads of players. Still got a club of about 700 players, but yeah, managed to sell on quite a lot of gold. Sold on a lot of the informs like Messer and so on. So, sold on just just over 400k, which is pretty decent. Now, so still got 500 things in the club. Loads of gold. Oh, not even gold rare. Sorry, gold non-rares and rare silvers. So, probably say maybe we're seeing closer, maybe to 500k once we sold everything on. So, looking pretty decent. So, to start off today's episode, we are probably going to crack under a few League SBCs because we've still got loads and loads of League SBCs that we haven't done yet. So, that's going to be the plan of action to start it off. We shall next see when we have some League SBCs done. So, just a little change of plan. We actually are going to do League SBCs, and we're going to go and crack under Marquee matchups. Now, the nice thing about Marquee matchups is there are two teams that can basically just use bronzes in. So, what we're going to do is probably 5-10 minutes of bronze map method. Get enough to do these two teams. These two teams require golds, but obviously gold's quite cheap at the moment. So, yeah, we'll do a little bit of BPM, show if we get anything good, and then we'll crack away completing all of these Marquee matchups. So, we've got ourselves our, well, it's actually our second decent pack, because I forgot to record the first one. But there you go, we got about 1.5k on our guy, Suleiman. Suleiman, not a bad name for how the recording's going. But there you go, just in nothing else too interesting in that pack. Again, we're going to keep going through, probably do another like 10-20 packs. And then crack underway with the old Marquee matchup. So we've decided to go and do the Marquee match. Of course, we managed to complete the bronze teams for cheapo. So this one, literally the only players we had to go out and buy were nothing. Actually, it was all powerful, which was quite nice. So small rare silver players pack, pretty decent. So we'll see we get what, 6 silver rares right there, not bad. Again, every single player in that one was pack pulled. Likewise, everything was pack pulled in this one again. Obviously, I got a few of these silvers for silver upgrades, but because they haven't got a League SBC, and I don't really know if there'll be any middle ground sort of SBCs to put them into, we're just going to throw them into this one. And again, every single player was pack pulled on that one, so quote unquote no cost. Of course, there is cost then to not put them in the upgrades. And then the other teams we literally went out and bought. You know, I'm not going to go and do gold upgrades to try and get these, but again, it wouldn't have been too expensive. Golds wouldn't have been bought really more than 400 coins. I think this guy's 500 coins, so probably about 4.5k for that one for a gold players pack. Don't think I could even lose coins if I discarded it. I finally got the Spurs and West Ham one again. Every single player bought for 400 coins, and Fabian bought for, if we can actually manage to click on it, 450. So again, another 4.4k for a small prime gold pack. And then of course we do get ourselves what, like some nice rare Electrum. Rare Electrum is that to end it off, which is 6 golds, 6 rare silvers. So not too shabby. It should be a decent way to start the road to glory in all fairness. So start off with the small rare silvers. Again, this was one of the teams where we just used every bronze in our club. And let's see if we can get some expensive ones for the, obviously, League SBCs. So, we managed to get ourselves a, ooh, Dutch centre mid. Okay, it's from AZ. I don't think this team is overly expensive, but it's 74 rates. We could have some other high rateds in there. Okay, I don't think there's any exceptionally high, expensive players off the back, but let's just check them out then. Bats. 1.2k on him. Probably, what, like a k on him with Wish Out. He can't be used for anything. Ooh. 700 coins on that guy. How much on you? 1k on that guy. Maybe a little bit under. 900 coins maybe. And probably about 1.4k in that case. So not bad. Probably going to get ourselves about 5k back from that pack. For an SBC again where I put nothing but pack pull bronzes into. Not bad. This I think was the other pack, which we just used our bronzes in. So no boards. Oh no, walkout, sorry. No boards. Not even a gold rare. We managed to get ourselves Kolak, the Japanese, I think it's the Japanese, isn't it? Or Saudi League, sorry. Turkish Send Mid. Honestly, nothing to scream and shout about. Just a bunch of gold non-rares. On to the next pack, which is the gold players pack. This was the League Gooden team, which again, I think cost me like 5k to do. Or actually, pretty just under 4.5k. Yeah, no surprise. Nothing too mad. Striker, Colombian, rare. What, Muriel, I think, is probably one of the only players. Martinez. Oh, gosh. No, there's some terrible players we could get. I don't think at the moment any non-rares really sell on, so nothing to scream and shout about right there. Can't speak for some reason. Then you got ourselves the small prime pack. This again would have been no more than 5k. And what do we manage to get in it? We don't actually get anything good, which kind of sucks. You get 3 rare golds in this one. It's going to be right. It's going to be Jerdan Shaqiri. Anything else in that pack? Coleman, Van Ginkel. I mean, there really can't be too much. And this is going to be the saving grace. 6 rare golds, 6 rare silvers. What are we going to get to start off the episode? It is not a walkout. It is a boards though. It's not an inform. It's a gold. It is a Spanish. It's a goalkeeper. It is Pepe Reina. Lovely. So, let's see if we get anything else in that pack then. Maybe some other 83s. Torreira. It's okay. Let's look at these silvers then. Yeah, nothing overly too expensive. Unless this guy goes for 1.1k. Yeah, it's an okay start of the episode. Obviously, no PKs. Inform medicines or David Silvers like we've had in the past few episodes. But yeah, what we're going to do is pretty crack onto a bunch of bronze pack method. We've got 57 spaces on the champs list, so loads and loads of room to list stuff up. And yeah, I guess we'll show you some of the bronze pack highlights. So EA have just gone to release an SBC. Now, of course, as you guys know on this Road to Glory, I'm not allowed to trade with said SBC. But it is the UEFA Marquee matchup. Now, as you can see, they basically want a Spurs/Ajax team, which is 80 rated, needing 4 either Eredivisie or Prem players. And then we also have this one, which is a FC Barcelona 2 or Liverpool players, and needed 2 English or Spanish. Now, though I cannot trade with these, it's kind of basically risen a lot of players' prices. So what I've kind of thought, and I'm going to do a little trial, is... Oh, so we do a lot of Humble Beginnings, which is the bronze team in the Icon SBC, but... How would doing the full, basically this one right here, we have to basically do, it's the same as bronze Humble Beginnings, but with silver players, you have to trade in 11 rare silver players, and you do go and get yourself a gold players pack, which if you guys don't know, is the 25k pack, but with gold non-rare, with only 1 rare, sorry, rather than 3. But of course, with the amount of, with Prem players selling on, with English players selling on, with Spanish players selling on, with, what is it called, Prem La Liga, Eredivisie players selling on, basically, there's a fair bit of money in these packs, and of course, if you're getting yourself like a Liverpool player, that's 2k in itself, and you can basically build these for about 3.5 to 4k. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a filter, which you're going to use to go and buy the players, and then of course we'll show you the results of opening how many of these we do. So the filter that we are going to be using to pick up the players is kind of like the how we get the rare bronzes for the Humble Beginnings. So the minimum a silver rare can be listed for is 300 coins. So basically we do 300 coins minimum buy now, 400 coins maximum buy now. Now why do I go 400 and not just try and get them for 300, 350? Honestly, you probably save yourself so much more time if you're willing to pay another 50 coins. Now obviously that does up to 550 coins over the 11 players, but trust me, if you can do, way more SBCs, it's probably worth it. So, and again, there are 45 of these because there's one for every icon and one for every icon upgrade. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through them go through the pages one by one and pick up basically any rares that pop up. Now, of course, you do want to try and get yourself an array of different players. So you do want to get some CDMs, some cams, and so on and so on. But you can buy excess of the same sort of players. Just put them on your champs list and make sure that you do use those players first. So again, what I would do right here is I'd scroll to the 5th, 9th minute and just buy every single silver rare that pops up. And the nations you guys can do this for is basically like with the bronzes. You can do it with Chile, you can do it with Colombia, you can do it with Republic of Ireland, you can do it with all the championship leagues, do it with the Korean league. You basically want to do it with every single league that doesn't have its own league SBC, because of course if a league SBC happens, more likely than not some of those rares may be used, so then there'll be less players popping up. So as you can see, we're very, very successfully getting loads and loads of Chilean players. Not Chilean, sorry, Colombian players, and yeah, so this is basically how you pick up the players. What we're going to do is probably going to end up buying about 100 to 200 players, and then go and complete about, again, 10 to 20 of these silver, I guess, parts of the Icon SBCs. So, 23 of these Rising Talents SBCs later, and we've got just a bit of a pack opening. Now, I'll tell you one thing, I guess I'll tell you a few tips for building these SBCs. Use Colombia. Colombia has a plethora of defenders, midfielders, and attackers. Now, the main problem I found with other leagues is they were just lacking in other positions. For example, a nation like Chile, where you think they might have loads of players all over the shop, really lacks in defenders. Korea lacks in almost midfielders and above. Now, of course, you can use these together, but yeah, they're not amazing. So the things you are looking for are English players, Spanish players, Liverpool players, Ajax players. Hey, as we get a Liverpool player off the bat. Now, I'm just going to do a quick check to see how much these Liverpool players are going for. But basically, again, the players who are going to be going for the, because of the UCL Marquee matchups. So, Moreno, let's see what he is going for off the back of the SBC. So, Bertrand Moreno is going for a very nice, load up right now. He's only going for about 1.6k, it's not overly amazing. We do get ourselves the likes of Lacazette. I don't quite know him. In last video, people weren't too happy with my pronunciation, but from someone who does not watch football, you are going to see a lot of mispronunciation, and if it does trigger you, I apologise that you're triggered that easily. So, moving on to the second pack, we do get ourselves a 75 rated. Now, again, I'm not really expecting anything mad out of these. In all fairness, I probably should just skip all the packs. But yeah, you're gonna see we're gonna be able to get ourselves like Matips and Badasias and whatever. And again, that's another Liverpool player. So happy days. All right, he's probably called Bowdedge. Okay, all right, let's just get the pronunciation there. But I say what you got to understand is these packs are generally cost me 3.5 to 4.4k a pack. You know, they're really cheap. Now let's actually just go and see what the discard is for one of these packs. Just see, is there any room to even lose coins? All right, so if I went to discard the whole pack. Generally, no, you know, and what you got to understand is, again, in these packs, these players are going to be going for a little bit of coins, you know. Loads of these guys are good for League SBCs. We're going to get, you know, again, a few English players, a few Spanish players, they're going to be good for the UCL Marquee matchups. But the reason we've done these is because I normally, you know, basically because of the Europa League Marquee matchups. But one thing I will say about it, as we do manage to get our first boards, it's going to be a Belgium. Our goalkeeper is, Castells, not an amazing 83 rated player. But, yeah, the reason I actually, I don't normally do these, because I normally think they're really expensive, you know. I normally think you're paying about 7 to 8k a piece, you know, using like a full English team, you know, your left backs and right backs. But, again, honestly, these are equally, maybe a little less good value for money than the bronze ones. We have to put in a team of 11 rare bronzes, you know. You're getting decent money back, you know. You're, on the whole, probably going to be earning a minimum of 2k per pack. So, as we've done 20... Obviously, that's you know, that's 40k easy, and that's given, you know, that we don't get anything expensive. And again, because of the current UCL Marquee matchups, loads and loads of stuff is currently going for stuff. So again, I think your main ones are the English players, so no real English players. And then another good thing with that is, I mean, we'll go and check right now, is normally in these UCL Marquee matchups, EA normally requires a bit of chemistry, and as a result, requiring a little bit of a chemistry, you normally see left and right backs do pretty well. So let's head over live quickly right now, and again, just refresh what they're. There you go, you got an 85 chemistry. Now, we'll presume it's 4 at the back. Is it indeed? So you're going to see left backs go for a fair bit, right backs go for a fair bit. You might even see Dutch Prem players go for a fair bit because they'll be trying to get those Ajax players in, but they still need a bit of chemistry. And again, we're seeing 85 chemistry right now, right here. Now, so these packs should be especially good when it comes around to Team of the Season. And most importantly, Team of the Season most consistent, which is the first Team of the Season we get. The Team of the Season most consistent is built up of a full team of players who haven't had informs / special cards for the whole FIFA. So maybe we'll throw in the example of, I don't know, I don't really know who's played well as we get boards. We'll continue after the boards. Argentinian right wing. Oh, it's Di Maria. Trust me, if an Argentinian, I'm thinking straight away Ava Benega. But let's say, for example, EA go and give... Let's go Vestergaard. Let's say Vestergaard had an amazing season, and they go and give him a Team of the Season card because he hasn't had any informs this year. Now, because Vestergaard's default card is a non-rare, his Team of the Season counts as a non-rare. So it's kind of strange. So these packs with 11 non-reds are super OP. And you've got to think, this is going to be a team of 23 of these players. Probably half of them are going to be non-rare golds. So these gold players packs are going to be super OP. A weird thing about these packs as well, I normally have extremely good luck in these. I think I've had Team of the Season Griezmann and Team Year Lam and a few other really good pack pools out of these. I got a nice high rare player of Koscielny. Let's get, again, a English. I'll tell you what, these probably going for a little bit because he's English and he's from Liverpool, therefore cutting off 2 of the requirements. But yeah, so yeah, when we get Team of the Season come around, these are going to be super OP. And I say there are 45 you can do for risk-free. You know, these really, again, you're not going to be able to lose coins on discard, especially if they're dropping generic SBCs. And honestly, again, I think I'm probably going to make, I don't know, I'd want to think I'm going to make like 50 to 70k profit on these, you know, because we have a fair few players that are currently selling on. But yeah, so you got Team of the Season most consistent, this will be OP for. You know, when you get around to Premier League Team of the Seasons, as we get another board. Who we managed to get this time? Uruguayan centre-back. Oh, it's Jimenez! Not bad, but again, we're just getting like injections of 6-7k right here via these players. But yeah, when it comes around to team seasons like the Premier League, let's be honest, how many players are going to have a good, a good season where their base cards are non-rare? You know, your majority of players like your Hazards, your Agueros, your Salas, your Andrew Robertsons, you know, these players that have performed well enough in the Prem probably start out as decent players in the beginning. So I don't know if there'll be too many, too many non-rares to be got. But again, when they drop most consistent, maybe something like a Ligon. Is that another? That's another board. Spanish striker, probably going to be Adjuriz. Yeah, of course it is. But yeah, when they drop some maybe like the Ligon or the Counter, you might see more non-rares. But your best bet is going to be the first week of Team Season, which is going to be Team Season most consistent. Again, you can open these before them. You know, you can still make yourself like 3-4k profit per pack. Open them before Team Season, but of course you just got that added chance. You know, you get Team Season most consistent. Hey, it's another 30, 40, 50. You know, I doubt there'll be too many Team Seasons that are super expensive with a base gold card. But, you know, there can be some nice cards out there. So, yeah, so these packs are okay. You know, I'm honestly, I'll be honest, I'm opening these not expecting to get boards whatsoever. So, the amount of boards we've had have been quite nice. We've had 284s, 283s, you know, it's been pretty decent. As I say, I'm not overly too entertained by the packs. Let's be honest, they're not like 25k packs, they're not 50k packs, you know, you're not going to be insanely hyped over them. But then again, if you're a psychopath like myself and have been doing 7 hours a day of bronze pack method, trust me, 1 rare gold in a pack, it's a lovely change, you know, it's going to change the scenery up quite nicely. But yeah, so of course you got the gold, you know, now you've got 2 parts in every icon. So theoretically, you guys now have 90 SBCs you can complete at 0 risk without going on to any of the league SBCs, without talking about the advanced SBCs, and that's, again, the first 2. So the team we have to submit a rare silver team and a team where we have to submit a rare bronze team. And that's in every single icon and icon upgrade, which was quite nice. So yeah, I'd say there's some really easy coins, because again, this Road to Glory is just testing different methods of making money without having to trade, because it's, you know, it's kind of almost like a lazy man's Road to Glory, where, you know, you're not willing to put time into trade, but you want to earn money. So we're testing out the most effective ways of making coins. We get Bender. And it's probably got, like, yeah, I was going to say 2k, 2.5k. Not bad. Again, it's quite nice because you get Bender. That's about 2.5k. Mafia is probably another 700 coins. The Marlin, that's about 1.5k. Anything else to screen share about? I mean, Kike's quite a high rated player. For like another 700 coins. You know, there's good money on these packs. Honestly, even if you just pack like trash non-rares. But yeah, so there's so many SBCs you can go out and do. Like, what I have is something in my stream, and people will be like, alright, Dan, you know, have you heard Nepenthez has been going on about this method where you do drafts as such? And it's like you do a single player draft, you back out round 1, and you get some silver packs. This is offline. I do not recommend this whatsoever, because if you haven't already, and I presume a lot of people haven't, you have 45 silver player packs you can do for, you know, 4k a piece, which is super cheap. And then you've got these SBCs, which would be way more effective and way risk-free than the single player draft. So hopefully, you know, in this pack opening, as we get an Inform, hey, and of course, here's another Bufal. Bufal's default card is a non-rare. So if, let's say, there's a team week where there's 6 or 7, let's say, default non-rare cards. Like, I look at the current team week, I've got pretty decent FIFA knowledge. How many of these guys do come out as a non-rare? Now, Ayo Perez comes out as a non-rare. Shakov, I believe, comes out as a non-rare. I'd want to back Linson coming out as a non-rare. Patega, I'd say, would come out as a non-rare. Ayo Perez, so let's just come out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyone on the current team of the week? 7. Potentially 8. I'd shout, I'm pretty sure Max is rare. But there are 8 of the current team of the week that are non-rares. And of course, you know, that means the 11 non-rares you get in this pack, one of them could be a team week. And on top of that, you do get an Inform and... Wait, you normally get an Inform and a rare gold. No way am I wrong in saying that Bufal's default card. That's very strange, actually. Very strange. Because you can, I'm pretty sure you normally can get a non-rare special card and a gold rare in that, but I guess I'm wrong. But nonetheless, you know, that's 11k right there. You know, I'm putting in no more than 4.4k into these SBCs, and just in that one card alone, you know, we're already profiting a little bit of money. I get the friend in that pack. But yeah, moving on to the last week. Hopefully, like I say, I do apologise if I've rambled on in this part. I guess I could have shown you highlights, but I've grinded about 2 hours to get these packs. Like, these packs honestly don't come too fast. I wouldn't say, I'd maybe argue they're not, you know, they're equally as good as maybe doing a little bit of silver method or something. But they're a bit of a grind. I was buying all the silver players during the Champions League, so just opening them packs. Obviously, post-Champions League of Ajax winning 1-0. Now the walkout, what are you going to give us this time then? It's Dutch, it's left mid, it is going to be Quincy Promes. If I'm not wrong. Don't think it could be anyone else. It can't indeed. We get a roller, high red, another Liverpool players. I tell you what, we're going to have to check how many Liverpool, Barcelona, Ajax, and Spurs players we get out of these. Because I tell you what, like, every time I look, I'm getting a Liverpool player. No, that's about great. So there you go. That's the penultimate pack. We're now going to move on to the last one. And then, again, we'll have a little gander at how many UCL players we get in here. There you go. Look, there you go. Spurs player. Says, yeah, I mean, all those clubs are kind of clubs with, especially Ajax, to be honest, all clubs flooded with just golden and rare cards. So no walkout in the last one. No surprise. No boards in the last one. Who do you get as the last one? Right mid. Oof. I don't know. It's a guy who's changed his national. I'd say like Gonzalez, Villabale. Yeah, he's changed his nationality from Argentinian to Paraguayan. Nothing in that pack, which is too interesting. All right, so let's go and jump over to the club right now and see how many players we've got. Again, you can probably average each one about 1.5k. We also could have a bunch of players on the transfer list, but I haven't really been keeping up to date. So we go into Premier League and we'll look at the likes of Liverpool. We got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's probably, a game, at least 6k. You could argue 8k. Just in those players. Then over to Spurs. There you go. There's another 3 to 4k. Then we'll head over to Said La Liga and Barcelona. I only got one from Barcelona, so it might be like 2k right there. Now if we can jump over to the Eredivisie. Did we get any Ajax players? No, the club I vouch having most non-rates. But there you go. So that has been the I guess the silver rare part of the Icon SBC. And hopefully I've shown it being pretty decent. Now what we'll probably do is do a little bit of bronze packs, just to give you guys a little bit of content, because I know this has been that content heavy. But as I said, I put quite a lot of time into it, so as a result, putting a lot of time, you are going to see, I guess, a high percentage of the video taken up with that. But yeah, we'll do a little bit of BPM and maybe end off. So we are going to go do a little bit of BPM and then end off the video with maybe the odd League SBC or maybe some silver, bronze to silver upgrades. So doing a little bit of BPM and, well, we managed to get this pack. I've just realised I discarded the rest of the pack, but it's not the end of the world. So we've got this guy right here who is sitting at a nice little 800 coins. And we've got this other guy in the pack who is sitting at about, what, like another 900 coins. So yeah, not too bad. So we're just grinding for a little bit of BPM, loads of room on the transfer list. One there for 300, a few there for 200, mugged off. But yeah, I'll be listing up for 900 coins just because, again, once those 300 sell on, we'll be able to sell them for lazy buys. So we're on to another decent bronze pack, and we've got ourselves back right here, who we should be able to sell for about 700 coins, which is decent. And we've got ourselves Odegaard, who sells for another 500 coins. Basically, I just selected this pack because it had like one expensive Bundesliga guy and one expensive character A guy. So yeah, that's that. Again, we're still ripping through the bronze packs. Probably won't do too many more, and then we'll probably give you a little bit of some other sort of content. As I say, today's episode is going to be a little bit shorter. I mean, yeah, just because we've been spending a little bit less time on FIFA today due to having driving lessons and sorting out my room a little bit. So yeah, we'll probably give you a few more bronze packs, then we'll start underway with some League SBCs and end off the episode. So we've got ourselves another decent pack right here. We've got ourselves a Nuremberg player, and we've got ourselves a Scottish League player, and we've got, of course, a rare English player. So the rare English player is going to go for a nice little 300 coins. We can sell him for 500 because it'll sell pretty easily on lazy buyers. Then move over to the striker, which I already checked out, is 700 coins. And then finally onto the striker, who is going to be another 250 coins. But yeah, another decent little bronze pack. Onto the next decent pack. So we've got ourselves another decent bronze pack, and it didn't take too long. We've got my guy. So I say, in recent episodes, people have complaining about my pronunciation. Therefore, I do the impossible. And I will name Aspropotomitus completely correct. And if I got it wrong, well then you can I don't know, hang me. But there we go. We got ourselves Astropotomos, who is 1.5k. We got ourselves Kerr, who's probably another 300 coins. And we got ourselves our good man Stuart over here, who is another only 200 coins. So yeah, not too bad for about 2k back from that bronze pack. But obviously on to the next. So this is going to be the last bronze pack I show you before we do crack underway and end the episode off with some League SBCs. So I managed to get ourselves Traore. This is actually the third time we've got him on this Road to Glory. And as you will see, every single time I pack him, he seems to be going up. I think the first time was like 2.2, then he was 3, and now you can see he's all the way up to 4. So, happy days. Also just shows that these bronzes fluctuate throughout the week, and that's completely normal and predicted. You know, it happens with a lot of the silvers, so it's no surprise that happens with bronzes. But there we go. So, we've got ourselves Traore in that pack. That's an easy 4k now. Presume this guy didn't sell on. I mean, I doubt he's going for 3.9. Let's be honest, they never actually do. But, yeah, probably get like 200 coins from that guy. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll probably crack underway with some. Actually, we also get the Pompey kit, which very sadly, you know, the great escape from the Championship 1 happened. Failed, basically. Yes, they had to score they had to basically win 2 games, and then Barnsley and Luton to drop points. But they decided, I think it was like 70th minute, it was 2-2. Pompey had a disallowed goal, and then like 2 minutes later, Peterborough went up and made it 3-2, and then, you know, held that win. So, yeah, sadly, you know, no automatic progression for Portsmouth, but they're into the playoffs nonetheless. That's just a little background, I guess, on the team that I support. But, yeah, not too bad. On to some League SBCs to end off the episode. So, as I said, to go and end today's episode, we have gone and completed some League SBCs. Just to give you the try of content, you know, the upgrade SBCs. So, we have gone and done some League SBCs to end off the episode, as I said, just give you guys, like, I guess, 3 lots of content. First, doing all those upgrades of the icons, then a little bit of BPM, and then end off with some League SBCs. As I really wasn't on FIFA for too long yesterday, because I had a driving lesson in the morning, and then I tied my room because there was someone, like, I don't know, looking around the house, basically. So, basically, I've kind of compromised and rather than not uploading an episode, I've uploaded a 6 PM episode with less content. I say, I do apologise, you know, the spawn this episode, Road to Glory is really, you know, it's insane, so, yeah, like, so it's a bit disappointing I didn't upload it yesterday, but so had quite a busy day yesterday, so didn't really get too much content. So this is actually the following morning, so I guess I'll have 2 episodes done in one day, but as I say, it's only this, I guess, segment of the Road to Glory. And again, we're still not going to exceed the 7 days. So, what have we done? We've done the Superliga, because there's loads and loads of good value for money ones in the Superliga. Starting off with Galatasaray. Galatasaray can't cost really much more. I say I don't really add these up, but can't really cost much more than 6-7k, which is not too bad for a 25k pack. So I'm going to go and submit that, as I'm sitting low on battery. Then move on to the next one, which is a pack you'll be very familiar with this Road to Glory, or I guess episode, which is the Gold Players pack. It's that classic one we had in all those icons, where it's 1 rare gold, and the rest being non-rare. Again, super cheap, as you can see, it's a very high non-rare oriented team. And again, these non-rares costing 400. Actually, I had quite a lot of pack pooled because I did obviously the gold upgrades. When I do these, I do make sure I don't put any expensive players in, but yeah, so I don't make sure I put like a 5k Fenerbahce player, not that there really are any. Alright, moving up to Batiskas. So Batiskas, not too bad. Again, give us a prime pack, 45k pack. Honestly, for the NAF team and the amount of non-rares, it's still actually quite a pricey team. This team has put me back about 8-9k, but for a 45k pack, it's going to be relatively risk-free. And we end it off with an actually really good pack, and this is Batiskas. No, isn't it? It's Baskeshire. I'm sorry. But yeah, again, not too bad. A little bit pricey. Probably going to be sending you about 7-8k. But a rare mix pack, 4 rare golds, 4 rare bronzes, 4 rare silvers. It's a bit of a punt, but it's probably worth it. So, let's go start off with the premium gold player packs. This is the Fenerbahce. Again, I think it's about 6-7k. See what we're going to get back from our 25k pack. We do get boards, which is always obviously very promising. It is a German. It is the same. Can we Gundogan again? Nah, we have Drax. I think Drax is still probably saying about 2k. Normally holds a decent price. So yeah, not too bad again. Of course, we are looking for the players who are really expensive off the back of yesterday's UCL Marquee matchup. Of course, we've got England players who are inflated. We're going to have, what's it again? England, Spanish, Liverpool, Ajax, Eredivisie, and Barcelona and Spurs. Now to the gold players pack. Of course, this is the Fenerbahce SBC, which is really cheap. Ooh, we do get a board, which is always good because there's only 1 rare. So, Austrian left back. Oh, it's David Alaba. Yeah, I always get David Alaba and Jordi Alba mixed up. In the 6-7 years I've been playing FIFA, it's a bit of an embarrassing one. But yeah, not bad. That guy's going to be sitting around about 20k. So for a 5k SBC, not too bad. We do go against the old Studge. That's another 2k at least there. I say a plethora of decent players. Koscielny is probably about 1 to 2k right there. So really decent packs, probably like 20-22k. Now to the prime pack. This was our 8-9k SBC from Batiskas. We do not get a walkout. We do get a board, so, and it's an informed, so that's a guaranteed at least 10k. It's a Spanish, it's a right wing, it's Ao Perez, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Ao Perez. As I say, I do have a standing record of pronouncing players' names wrong. Can we get ourselves maybe a high rate in there? Yeah, we get Sarabia, not bad. We get Ben Mee, another high rated Englishman, probably going to be about 1.15. Not bad at all. These packs are really paying off, you know, it's back-to-back boards. Now, let's see what we're going to get in this last one. So we get 4 rare golds, 4 rare silvers, 4 rare bronzes. What are we going to get? It's not back-to-back boards, but in the end of the day, these right mid... Oh, this guy, you could actually be getting a team of the week, because he had a goal and assist in about 4 hours' time. So, what do we get in the pack? Anyone good for League SBCs? Not really off the top of my head. We did get Alberto Moreno again. That's another Liverpool player who will be going for the UCL Marquee matchups. But that's all she wrote. So I do again apologise about the slightly content deficient episode, but as I say, when it comes to busy days, you know, this is what we're going to be dealing with. I say 6 PM upload. We'll see how it does. I don't think it's going to be a common occurrence. I think we are going to mainly just keep it to those classic, you know, 8 in the mornings or 10 in the mornings. But yeah, I say because I had to do a little bit more content today, it wasn't going to be a 8 AM episode. So we'll see how the 6 PM does. If it does amazingly, hey, maybe it becomes the new norm. But yeah, I quite enjoyed my morning episodes. So thank you very much for watching. Once again, do apologise about being pretty content lacking, but you know, hopefully it's understanding. Bear in mind, I wasn't playing too much FIFA that day. But yeah, thanks for watching. I shall see you guys tomorrow with day 5 of 0 to 1 million in 7 days.